want to begin, though, with the latest information from Dallas.
And here is what we know right now. Police say at least 2 snipers were involved. 11 officers and 1 protester, a mom who was there with her children, were shot. 5 officers have been killed. 3 suspects are in custody. 1 suspect is dead. In a moment, we're going to hear from an eyewitness who was right there when all this happened.
And Amy starts us off with the morning rundown.
That's right. Good morning, everyone. And we begin with the latest from Dallas, a city on alert after the deadliest attack on law enforcement since 9/11. Snipers opened fire on police who were on duty at a Black Lives Matter rally. 11 officers were shot. 5 of them have died. Overnight, police arrested 3 suspects and SWAT team officers cornered a 4th suspect who was later killed. He claimed he had placed bombs throughout the area, but police found no explosives. ABC's Philip Mena continues our coverage from Dallas with the very latest. Good morning, Philip.
Amy, good morning to you. This is still very much an active crime scene. These officers are now beginning the investigation phase, and they're doing so with heavy hearts after the deadliest attack on police that this city has ever seen. Witnesses say it looked like an execution.
I've never been that terrified in my life.
A sniper firing at officers one by one from a 2nd-story window. Of the 12 people hit, 1 woman shielding her children.
Right as she started to run, she caught a bullet in the back of her right calf. She immediately jumped on top of one of her sons and covered him.
Get out of here! The horror in a quiet community of Dallas following an otherwise peaceful protest. A protest against police violence.
When they was about to go to their cars, it was 1 shot they let off, and all of them just turned and start facing this direction.
The Attorney General of Texas spoke with George Stephanopoulos earlier about the carnage.
This is still a major crime scene. It's the largest one I've ever seen. I used to work a couple of blocks from here. It's very surreal, and it's nothing like I've ever seen downtown Dallas in the 25 years or so that I've been here.
The president speaking on behalf of the victims.
We stand united with the people and the police department in Dallas.
Officers sweeping downtown in search of the presumed bombs, a threat from the gunman. In the midst of a bloody investigation, the brothers and sisters of the fallen saluting those killed, seen locking arms outside the Dallas hospital, where some are recovering in a sign of solidarity and strength. We're hoping to soon learn more about those 3 suspects in custody and what role they may have played, and of course, the motive. Amy?
So many questions, Philip. Thank you so much. And the fatal police shootings in Louisiana and Minnesota this week are sparking protests in several other cities. Thousands of demonstrators rushed onto a major highway in Oakland overnight, stopping traffic and setting off fireworks. Closer to City Hall, they also broke windows and sprayed graffiti. And here in New York, angry protesters marched from Union Square to Times Square, where police have arrested dozens of people. This morning, the NYPD says it has increased security at all precincts and reminded officers to remain vigilant following the Dallas attack. Well, those police shootings are expected to become a focus of the presidential campaigns today. This morning, Donald Trump tweeted his prayers and condolences to the families. And today, Trump is campaigning with New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, one of his potential vice presidential picks. And Hillary Clinton is expected to discuss criminal justice reform today when she campaigns in Pennsylvania with Vice President Joe Biden. On Thursday, Clinton tweeted, "Too many African-American families are in mourning." Robin, back to you.
All right, Amy. So we're going to talk now to one of the eyewitnesses to that tragedy in Dallas. Sheree Santora was there with her 2 children. And we thank you, Sheree, for being with us, a former Marine that you were. And just know, as we keep saying, and I hope that you all know that everyone is thinking of everybody there in Dallas. And I want to ask you, what happened? What did you see? What did you hear when you were there?
What began as a lot of love ended very abruptly and quickly. I would say from the beginning, even getting to the march, there were police officers surrounding us. They were taking pictures with us. They were really comforting us and being there for us and supporting us in our march. We made it down to the courthouse. There was a small talk, and we said, look, we made it this far. Let's remain peaceful. Let's head back to the park and keep moving forward.
So you saw
we decided to move forward, going back down the street in the direction that we just came from. Everyone said, partner up, make sure you have a march partner. let's do this. We started walking, and less than a minute walking down the road, you heard the first set of shots. And it was right after we'd stopped chanting, hands up, don't shoot. There was a lull in the crowd, a little bit of a silence. And it literally sounded like a set of black cat fireworks going off. And here in Dallas, people have been setting off fireworks since about the 2nd, and even yesterday before the rally, we were still hearing fireworks in the air. So initially, the start of fireworks. And the second set of shots came. Everyone began to scatter, try to remain calm. I was armed with children, and I said, don't run. You have to stay calm. We have to remember while we're here, we can't be scared. Let's step to the side, allow the police to handle it, and that's what we did. Yeah. Then another set of shots rang out. We scattered even more. People were saying, you know, go back to where we started. Let's regroup. Let's try this again. This can still move forward. We can still keep regroup. And the next thing you know, you see a mass of people running down the street, shooting. They're shooting. And people were falling. I was scared they were going to be trampled, but people literally stopped and helped people up and moved them to the side. It was old people, there were young people, there were people of all colors there, and they were just scared. And
Sheree,
everything happened so quickly in a span of 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes. It went from a beautiful, peaceful march in solidarity, even with the officers that were there with us, showed us so much love.
And Sheree, your account.
It was shocking. It was surprising, and it was an experience that's life-changing.
Life-changing for so many people. And to hear you say, as many protesters said, that prior to the shooting, the interaction with the police officers and the protesters were very peaceful, and you knew that they were there to protect you, and you were there with your children, and you have that military background. And let me ask you, as we've been asking everyone that's come on our program this morning, what is your message to people? What happened in Dallas, the police-involved shootings in Minnesota and also in Louisiana this week? What is your message to the people of this country?
We have to remember that no matter how upset we are and how angry, that we have to remain moving forward. We have to keep love in our hearts, and we have to fight for justice. And justice isn't an eye for an eye and a life for a life in this moment. Those police officers were there taking care of us. Everyone in blue isn't bad, but for those that are, it makes all of us look bad when we don't stand up for it. For those officers and their families, I imagine what they're going through right now, and I just hope that people will keep in mind that we want to keep moving forward. We don't want this to turn into any type of war. And we just want justice, and we want to keep moving forward, and we want to be treated fairly equally.
Oh, that was well put. Sheree, thank you very, very much for your insight and your perspective, and hug your children and know that we're all thinking of you. And thank you for your service with the Marines. Bless you. Thank you.